Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here in this video, I'm going to explain when and how to use the simple present tense. Okay, are you ready to begin the lesson? Okay, let's begin. What is the simple present tense? The simple present expresses habitual or everyday activities, general statements of facts, and general truths. In general, the simple present tense is always true. The simple present tense says that something was true in the past, is true in the present, and will be true in the future. The simple present exists always. For example, my brother gets up at 6 every morning is a habitual action. My brother's habit is to get up at 6 every morning. They always have lunch outside. They always have lunch outside. They do not have lunch at home, but they always have lunch outside because having lunch outside is their habitual action. I do my homework every day is one of my daily activities. I do my homework, I wash the dishes, I cook food. These are all my daily activities. Or she washes the dishes, she cooks food, she studies her lesson, etc. The earth moves around the sun is a general fact. What is a general fact? A general fact is a fact that is clear for all. The earth moves around the sun is clear for all. Everyone knows that the earth moves around the sun is a general fact. Or the sun shines in the east is also a general fact that everyone knows that the sun shines in the east. Or the sun sets in the west. Or the snow color is white, etc. Note, the simple present can be used to show planned future action. When the simple present tense show planned future action, the sentences must contain future words like tomorrow, tonight, next week, next Friday, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Friday, etc. For example, the new classes begin tomorrow. Here, tomorrow is a future time expression that the new classes begin. My brother's plan leaves at 2:30 p.m. next Friday. Here, next Friday is a future time. In this sentence, the simple present tense is used to show planned future action. Next Friday is a future time expression. The students have examination next month. Here, next month is a future time expression, and have is the simple present tense which shows planned future action. Or we meet our friends on Friday. Today is Monday. On Friday is a future time expression, and meet is the simple present tense. The simple present tense can be used to show that an action regularly happens at a specific time. For example, the International Museum opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. In this sentence, the simple present tense is used to show that an action regularly happens at a specific time. What are specific times in this sentence? At 7 a.m. and at 4 p.m. The museum opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. It means that the International Museum always opens at 7 a.m. and always closes at 4 p.m. The action regularly happens at a specific time. My English class begins at 9 a.m. every day. Here in this sentence, the time, the exact time or the specific time is 9 a.m. at which my English class begins. My English class begins at 9 a.m. every day, not one day, not 2 days, but every day. The subjects that are used in the simple present tense are I, we, you, they, he, she, and it. Helping verbs. There are two helping verbs in the simple present tense: do and does. Do is used with subjects I, we, you, they, and does is used with subjects he, she, and it. The main verbs. The main verbs are used in the base form or the first form of the verb. The main structure that we use in the simple present tense is subject plus main verb plus object or complement. Okay, let's look at some examples using this structure. Positive. Subjects I, we, you, they, he, she, and it plus main verb read or reads plus object. I read a book, we read a book, you read a book, they read a book, but he reads a book, she reads a book, and it reads a book. Subject plus main verb plus object. When the subject is he, she, or it, the verb take is. Later in this video, I will explain when and how to add is, es, or is to the verb. Okay, let's look at some more examples. They go to school every day. In this sentence, they is the subject, go is the main verb, and school is complement. Because go is an intransitive verb and it doesn't take an object. Here school is the complement. They go to school every day. She cooks very delicious food. She is the subject, cook is the main verb, and a very delicious food is the object of the sentence. Negative. Subjects plus helping verb plus negative adverb not, do not, or does plus not plus main verb plus object. I do not read a book, we do not read a book, you do not read a book, they do not read a book, he does not read a book, she does not read a book, and it does not read a book. Remember, when the helping verb does is used in the sentence, in the simple present tense, the verb does not take is, es, or is. Why? Because we already have es with the helping verb does. Does, es, it has es at the end. He does not read a book. She does not read a book. It does not read a book. They do not go to school every day is the negative form of they go to school every day. They do not go to school every day. There is the subject. Do is the helping verb. Not is a negative adverb not that makes the meaning of the sentence negative. They do not go to school every day. Or she does not cook very delicious food. Subject she, helping verb does, negative adverb not, cook the main verb, and very delicious food is the object of the sentence. Interrogative. Here in interrogative sentences, the helping verbs come at the beginning of the sentence. It means the helping verbs precede the subject. The subject follows the helping verbs. For example, do plus subjects or does plus subjects plus main verb plus object. Do and does come at the beginning of the sentence plus subject plus main verb plus object. Do I read a book? Do we read a book? Do you read a book? Do they read a book? Does he read a book? Does she read a book? And does it read a book? Do they go to school every day? Is the interrogative form of they go to school every day. If we want to ask question, we say, do they go to school every day? Do is the helping verb plus subject, they plus main verb go, and plus complement. Okay, school. Do they go to school every day? Or does she cook very delicious food? Does is the helping verb, she is the subject, cook is the main verb, and very delicious food is the object of the sentence. Does she cook very delicious food? Etc. How to make contraction in the simple present tense? In the simple present tense, we contract helping verbs with negative adverb not. Do not becomes don't. Does not becomes doesn't. We use contraction because it is easier and faster to say. We often use contractions in conversation, but we cannot use contractions in formal writing or academic writing. For example, subjects plus complete form do not or does not plus main verb. I do not work, we do not work, you do not work, they do not work, he does not work, she does not work, and it does not work. Okay, let's look at the contracted form. Subject plus contracted form of do not, don't, contracted form of does not, doesn't, plus main verb. I don't work, we don't work, you don't work, they don't work, he doesn't work, she doesn't work, and it doesn't work. Okay, let's look at some more examples. We do not help you is the full form, is the complete form of do not. We do not help you, but it is easier and faster to say we don't help you. The contracted form, don't help you. The next example, he does not listen to me, is the complete form of helping verb plus negative adverb not. He does not listen to me, and it is easier to say he doesn't listen to me. In conversation, we often use the contracted form, he doesn't listen to me, or we don't help you, she doesn't work, etc. Rules of adding is, es, and ies. Notes: only when the subjects are he, she, or it, the verbs take is, es, or is in the simple present tense. Subjects he, she, it, and the most verbs take is without any change. For example, read becomes reads, write becomes writes, walk becomes walks, live becomes lives, cook becomes cooks, etc. Verbs ending in s, sh, ch, o, or x take es. When a verb ends in s, sh, ch, o, or x, it takes es. For example, wash becomes wash, washes. Here, wash ends in sh. That is why we added es to the verb. Wash becomes washes. Watch becomes watches. See here, the verb ends in ch and it takes es to the end. Watch becomes watches. Case becomes cases. Go becomes goes. Fix becomes fixes, etc. Verbs ending in consonant plus y, drop the y, then add ies. For example, study becomes studies. So study ends in consonant plus y. D is a consonant letter which precedes y. Consonant plus y. Study becomes studies. Carry becomes carries. Fly becomes flies. Cry becomes cries. Try becomes tries, etc. Verbs ending in vowel plus y add s. Do not change the verb, just add. Verbs ending in vowel plus y add s. For example, play becomes plays because the verb ends in vowel plus y. That is why we add s without any change. We cannot drop the y here. Why? Because the y ends in vowel plus y. Any verb ends in vowel plus y, add just s to the verb. Play becomes plays. Obey becomes obeys. Pray becomes praise. Pay becomes pays. Lay becomes lays, etc. Okay, let's move on. Using adverbs of frequency in the simple present tense. What is adverbs of frequency? Adverbs of frequency are words that are used to show how often an action happens. They are like always, which shows 100%. For example, she always speaks in the class. She always speaks in the class means she 100% speaks English in the class. Not sometimes, not often, but when she is in the class, she always speaks English. Often shows 75%. They often play football means most of the time they play football. Sometimes show 50%. We sometimes have lunch in a restaurant. We sometimes have lunch at home. Sometimes we have in a restaurant. Sometimes we have at home. 50-50. Rarely shows 10 to 20%. He rarely reads a book. It means most of the time he does not read a book, and he reads a book once in a while. And never shows 0%. That shows an action will never happen. For example, I never buy expensive clothes. The action of buying expensive clothes will never happen because it never shows 0%. Short answers in the simple present tense. How to give short answer? When someone asks you a question, you don't need to answer his or her question using a long sentence because there is a way to answer that question very shortly. How to give short answer? The way the question starts is the way you will be able to answer it. For example, if the question starts with do, you can answer it with do. If your answer is positive, you say do, yes I do. If your answer is negative, you can say I don't or you don't. If the question starts with does, you can answer it with does or doesn't. Okay, let's look at some more examples. The questions, the short answers. Do you listen to English songs? If you listen to English songs, you can say yes I do. If you don't listen to English songs, you can say, no, I don't. Do they help us today? If they help us, yes, they do. If they do not help, no, they don't. Does she teach English language? Yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. Does he play soccer with us? Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Does it work properly? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Do I need to practice more? Yes, you do. No, you don't. Some more examples. They watch a movie every night is the positive form. They do not watch a movie every night, negative form. And do they watch a movie every night is the interrogative form. She goes to university every day, the positive form. She does not go to university every day is the negative form. And does she go to university every day is the interrogative form. Ken lives in New York. Positive form. Ken does not live in New York. Negative form. And does Ken live in New York is the interrogative form. Okay, WH question in the simple present tense. How to use WH question in the simple present tense. WH questions come at the beginning of the sentence, at the beginning of interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence begins with helping verb. The helping verb comes at the beginning of the sentence. But here, when we use WH word, WH questions come at the beginning of the sentence. It precedes the helping verb. Okay, for example, what does she do in the kitchen? What does she do in the kitchen? So here, WH word comes at the beginning of the sentence and it precedes the helping verb. What does she do in the kitchen? Or where do you live? When does he go to school? Who helps you? Why do we listen to you? Whom does John invite tonight? Or how do they go to university? Etc. That's it. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And click the bell so that you know when I publish a new English video here on YouTube. And if you want to learn more English grammars, you can follow us on the next lesson. Thank you. Bye bye.